Hey there, Steve here. Today, I'm going to be unboxing the GQ Electronics 5200 SMD Rework soldering station. Stick around, you won't want to miss what's inside this box. So, full disclosure before we open this, I wasn't even in the market for a rework station, but I did need a new soldering station when I found this 5200. So, what I was actually purchasing was one of these Willem programmers. I'll cover these a little bit more in a future event, but let's just go ahead and do a quick inventory here. So it says we got one heat element for the backup replacement, which I believe is this one here, one hot air element for backup replacement, the 10 size shape iron tips. These look pretty good. I'm really interested in playing around with all those different sizes and shapes. I'm not used to all of them, but I'm definitely looking forward to using the chisel one and the sharp tips there. Then it says I got some anti-magnetic tweezers, which I'm sure are these for small SMD component handling. But then it says an IC remover tool or popper for big ICs. This is the only thing that's left that I haven't looked in the box. I'm not quite sure what that is exactly. Doesn't look like an IC popper to me, but who knows, maybe I'll learn something in the book. All right, so let's go ahead and let's slide all this aside and go ahead and take a look at what's inside the big box. All right, here. So, ready for the big reveal. And we open it up, and right off the bat, we've got a user's guide. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look inside here. Okay, here you can see the workstation. Let me do it like this. Let me go ahead and set this aside, and I'll pull out each item. So we got the biggie here, the actual workstation. Take a look at that there. Oh, that's a beauty. Yeah, I'm really gonna like that one. Hot air nozzle. Got a pretty flexible hose. Different controls on here. I don't see a switch for Celsius and Fahrenheit. Again, this is Canadian made, so I'm guessing it's gonna be Celsius. Fortunately, the temperature ranges are pretty clear online. You can figure out different types of repairs that you're going to be making, what type of materials you're going to be using. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull out the box here. Look at some more of the items here. Okay, here we've got, this is either going to be for the soldering pencil or for the hot air itself. Yeah, this is the soldering, because we got, that's a hell of a sponge. All right, what can I tell you? Inside the bag, it looks like we got a mount. It's probably going to be for the soldering pencil. I don't see that. Definitely will follow through on the instructions for this one here. Set that aside. Here we've got some of the hot air tips. Got various sizes. I don't know if I need to take that out of the bag for you right now or not. I'm going to keep it in there just so I don't lose any parts. All right, there we go. That looks like we're probably going to mount this onto one of the sides. It's going to hold the pencil either that way, the hot air element. What else here? There's power cord. And, of course, the pencil. Now, it already comes with a tip on it. Standard, my favorites. And, this will be my actual first soldering station. Typically, I normally use soldering pencils, but the reason why I went ahead and I purchased this is because I wanted this ability to be able to actually set the temperatures on these. And like again, I said, for the price of the matter, this thing was a deal. I believe it was under 100 bucks. All right, so you can't really get much better than that. Okay, the first thing you need to do when setting this thing up is you need to remove these 3 screws from the bottom here. I guess these are put in place for shipping, keep the parts from moving around. So, very important or things not going to work. It's probably holding the diaphragm still. so the pump itself doesn't get damaged. So just pull these out like so. Okay, that seems like it's going inward. I'm gonna do that, so I'm gonna tilt it like this, like gravity do a little bit. Ooh, that came out with like a pop, like spring loaded. Okay, next you need to determine where you want to put your hot air gun holder. Just a couple little screws here. Okay, I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and mount this right there. Okay, good. So there's my air hose holder. Very good. Okay, next you need to set up your soldering station. Got a couple of screws. I still can't get over how tiny this sponge is. That's going to be replaced. So me and my fat fingers got to get these nuts behind here to screw into there. Make this fun. So maybe, if I think outside the box, maybe I could put the screws in from behind, like this, and just bolt it on. I think that's, you know, guys, sometimes doing things backwards may be the best idea, you know? So, for the sake of argument, maybe I'm doing this right, maybe I'm not. But I think this is how it's going to go. I'm just going to do it finger tight, not really worried about it going anywhere right now. It's just a holder. But notice that this little tray, there's two little screws right there. Don't really see anywhere to bolt it down, but you know, it's plastic, so you don't want your hot iron getting in the way. All right, so anyway, next step, go ahead and get our pencil out. Of course, it's keyed right here, it's notched. So, all right, obviously it goes up, put that in there. Okay, and of course, your universal power cord, just like you'd have on the computer. Plugs in the back here. There you go. So I'm going to go ahead and dampen my sponge. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, and I'll just do a little test of see how quickly it heats up and how well it melts solder. All right, so be right back. So I've learned by reading the manual, you have to download it online. You got the big switch here is for the air handler, and the little one is for the soldering iron. This is broken off with lines for each section, so the iron side is down here and the hot air is over here. The indicator on the top here is showing that it's on, that it's working for the air, and then the one down here is for the heater. Now, I mentioned earlier I wasn't sure if this had Fahrenheit, and according to the instructions, what you do is you go left or right to determine which way is going to be Celsius or Fahrenheit as far as on the heater sides go. All right, so we'll give this a try, and well, let's just go ahead and fire it on. Let's go ahead and start with our soldering pencil. And okay, we've got R1. See, we've got Celsius here. All right, it's already warming up. Look at that, that's very cool. Oh my goodness, 134, 160, 178, 190, 200. Now this is in Celsius here. I'm going to try something here. Let's turn it off. Let's go all the way to the left. Turn it on. 5200 R130. Oh, there we go. So it's Fahrenheit. So that's how it works. You turn it off. You turn the knob all the way one way. And then, okay, so it's at 399 Fahrenheit. I actually wonder if my lights are too bright, if that's showing up very well. Even if I turn it off, I don't know if you can see that or not now. But go ahead and crank up Fahrenheit. Let's say we'll do it about 700. I think that's probably a safe bet as far as soldering goes. Boy, that's quick. Look at that. There you go, 750. I'm going to crank it down now, because it's supposed to go up to 900 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. It's pretty safe right there, about 630. Wow, it drops quick too. That's great. All right, there we go. Just right, just about a little over 700. Okay, so go ahead and turn the light back on now so you can see the display there. So I just got some solder here that literally just took a matter of like a minute. Good, we're hot. So let's go ahead and try and tin our needle. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, it's well, it's brand new, so I can't complain. It's a nice soldering pencil there. Let's go ahead and switch that off for now, and then let's go ahead and try out our hot air. Before I turn it on and burn my hand, I've got this nice assortment of the hot air nozzles here. Go ahead and test this out on an old memory card here. See right there. I'm going to go ahead and power my device on, and I've got my airflow and my heat indicator on there, and I'm in Fahrenheit automatically, probably because it's the last thing that I used on there, and the numbers are going up pretty quick. Let me turn off the light again. Give your eyes a second to adjust to that. There we go. On this camera over here, it looks really good. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to attach my nozzle here. So I'm going to pause this, and then we're going to give this another shot. Okay, so to test out the hot air, I'm going to be using an old sim here. It's only 256 megabytes. But, you know, if you said that years ago, that would be like, oh my God, it's like $1 million. But I'm going to go ahead and attach the smallest nozzle fitting on here, because these are really tiny circuits. So with that, you've got 4 different sizes, including the tiny one that I put on there. And I think for most work, you know, I'll use one of these 2 mid-size ones. They're both pretty decent. But I was playing around a minute ago, and I was really impressed at just how quick this thing heats up. So to demonstrate, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light here. Give your eyes a second to adjust. And then I'm going to go ahead and power on the air. And right there, just from 100 degrees, you can see how fast it climbs. We've got our air indicator here and our heater right there. Nice thing is you can adjust how much airflow there is. Hear that? Quite a bit. And in most cases, for these tiny circuits, some of these capacitors and resistors are so tiny, I guarantee you'll shoot it right off. So I'm going to keep it down low, just right at about 2. Oh yeah, definitely. You can feel that. Obviously 500 degrees. Don't do this at home. So I'm going to set this down pretty low. Don't need a lot. And you can see the temperature going up there. Now, I haven't really played with the temperature, so I'm not quite sure about surface mount, so I'm going to say it's safe to say probably 600-ish, high 600, 7. I'm not going to go too high on it. Anyways, this is just a tester card. Oh, you can see some heat, some steam coming off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the light on, get a better look. Yeah, that's not looking good. That's melting plastic. So I'm going to kill this. The nice thing about this too is when you turn it off, it keeps the air on and it blows it off. I think what's happened is because I'm using such a tiny fitting, it's constricting it. So that temperature, way too freaking high. I think we're melting the plastic in the device itself here. So safety lesson learned here. Have to read up on some of those ranges. But as the temperature's dropping, the air is still on. But excuse my language. Let's just try it out with where we are right now. See how that works at 600 degrees. Okay, now we're down to 400. I'm thinking that might be a good safe temp, so let's go ahead and turn this back on, but we're going to set it really low. Okay, we're going to try about 460. Let this sit for a minute. I'm going to call that the warm-up phase. We're not smoking. We're doing better now. Obviously, a little learning experience here. I mean, this is a really tiny circuit. And again, I've never desoldered something so small before. I'm a hole-through kind of technician. So maybe we'll try this again on another attempt with a larger circuit, because I don't want to ruin my brand new toy here. Okay, so let's get this thing fired up, and let's go ahead and give it another attempt. So I'm going to try out this nozzle here. Let's just go in the next size up here. Okay, try around 200 Celsius and then warm it up to 400. Or I heard somebody experimenting with this exact same device, and they were able to release the chip around 530 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's what we're going to go ahead and aim for right now. See how fast it heats up? It's amazing. So you just have to finesse it. And there we go, 525. We'll try that out right now. And we're going to go ahead and try this guy right here. It's so small, I just need to hover over it. I'm moving it around a little bit. Of course, I only have two hands. I probably should have gotten some sort of a clip to hold this down. Okay, it's getting warm. I'm at an awkward angle, so my hand's kind of shaking here a bit. And there we go. Success. Hey there, thanks for watching That Geek Guy. If you like what you just saw, give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Just click on the geek image in the circle. When you're done, check out more helpful videos like this one to the left. Catch you later.